Welcome to a bonus segment of Eagles 360. I'm Eagles insider Dave Spadaro along with Joe Decamara, and we're talking about the history of the Eagles and the Dolphins. The Eagles leading this series, actually the Dolphins leading this series, 7 wins to 6. But there have been, Joe, some very memorable moments inside those 13 games.
Yeah, not as many memorable ones as a lot of matchups. This isn't Eagles Cowboys, Eagles Giants, Eagles Redskins, or some others. But there's a couple that stand out. I think, Dave, I think Eagles Dolphins. I think about that 2003 season when the Eagles surged. Remember the Brian Westbrook punt return versus the Giants, 2-3, things so shaky, and then bang, they win for 2 straight months. And a big part of that late in that stretch was that very memorable game late in the season down in Miami. When, you remember, Dave, Eagles fans just took over that stadium. What do they call it? Joe Robbie? I don't know. They've changed the name of that stadium so many times. But Eagles fans took over the stadium, 20, 25, 30,000 fans. And
who scored the touchdown? The memorable touchdown diving into the end zone. You know who it was?
I think it's Karel Buckholder.
That's right. We have, in fact, our photographer, Drew Hallowell, took a picture of that. That it went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So that was a great moment. There really haven't been a whole lot of other moments, although NFL history made in 1993 when Don Shula defeated the Eagles and staked claim to the all-time most wins by a head coach.
Well, here's the deal. That's a huge record in NFL history. You talk about the biggest records, the Russian record, that's changed hands a couple times, Jim Brown and Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. And there's a couple that come to mind, but man, the coaching record for most career wins, that's big time. It was an ugly game. I remember that game well in 93 with, it was.
Who was the quarterback for the Dolphins that day?
Marino was out. I'm going to guess it was Scott Mitchell.
I think you're wrong. I think, and maybe I'm way wrong. Wasn't it Doug Peterson? Didn't Doug Peterson? We have to look that one up. Look that one up for us if you don't mind.
By the way, I think the Eagles quarterback, and I could be way wrong on this one, I think it was Ken O'Brien.
19, yeah, probably was 19. That's Rich Kotite days.
Because that was the year Randall got hurt.
I'll have to give Richie Kotite a call and find out.
So Randall got hurt in that one. And then, another one that stands out was in the mid-'90s when, Irving Fryer was a terrific player for the Eagles for the first 2 seasons. He was a heck of a player. And that third year, not so good. But in 1996, with the 4 touchdown, it's either 96 or 97. I think it was 96. 4 touchdown catches he had versus Miami from Ty Detmer when Detmer had just gotten in there for the injured Rodney Peete, and the Eagles rattled off 4 straight wins. Yeah, that was 96. It's all coming back to me.
A couple of games from the stinky poo-poo Eagles seasons. 2007 at Lincoln Financial Field, the Eagles defeat the Miami Dolphins 17-7. Donovan McNabb goes out, and A.J. Feely comes into the game, and 17-7, yawner. How about 2011 in Miami, rainstorm early, clears up. Eagles, the dream team, toward the end of the season here, falling apart. But Jason Babin had 3 sacks on his way to the Pro Bowl. LaShawn McCoy, a couple of touchdowns on his way to the Pro Bowl. And the Eagles beat the Dolphins 26-10.
Well, speaking of A.J. Feely, now we can expand Eagles-Dolphin history to include trades.
Yes.
How about getting a high second-round draft pick from the Miami Dolphins for A.J. Feely?
And that draft pick was used to select whom?
So we're talking around 2003?
We're talking 2003-ish, yes.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I don't remember.
That was 2004, I believe. No, I think it was 2003. I'm not sure.
No, it was 4 because 02 had his good year.
It was
3 still
the
here.
second-round draft pick was wide receiver Reggie Brown.
Yeah.
So perhaps history will be made on Sunday. The Eagles salute to service game against the Miami Dolphins. Thanks so much for joining us. Our bonus segment here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com.